Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video. It's iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Biko. I got my sister with me. Ija is in the building. And most importantly, as you all know, we bring you all the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today, y'all just heard this brother going crazy with the ill style. Well, he's back again. He goes by the name of Youngin, and he's in the building.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. Ija, what a claps at? Damn, girl. You ain't. Yeah. Let's give him a warm welcome.
I wish y'all could have seen me in the back. I was doing them fruit snacks dirty, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what they there for. That's what they shout out to the good sis, Pretty Ride. She loaded up the station with snacks.
Shout out to Pretty Riot.
Some goodies.
MVP. Oh, God.
Some treats. All sorts of stuff, man.
I'm saying.
I banged a few fruit snacks myself.
For real.
Welcome back.
Appreciate you for having me, yo. It mean a lot, yo. Last time, shaking in my boots. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You was kind of shaking in your boots this time, too.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This time I had to sit myself down so I could really just be in the moment. But last time I was just pacing back and forth in the hallway. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. But I'm glad I can be here and just rock with y'all for the one time, bro. It's hard. It's really hard.
Is your nerves always this amplified when you're getting ready to do certain things?
Yeah. Nah, like for real. So me and some of the homies, we just had this show on Juneteenth not too long ago. The Creative Circle. Shout out to Trish. Shout out to Zay. Shout out to Blessed. You know what I'm saying? They could tell you for real. Like I was in the back, just like I was tripping, yo. Like I was tripping because for one, it wasn't necessarily like my crowd because it's like I'm a boom bap head, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And this is a spot where it's like more like melodic based, you know what I mean? So I was like, it was definitely an away game for me when it came to like performances for real. But it ended up working in my favor because motherfuckers ended up rocking with the product. So I ain't mad at it at all. But yeah, I be nervous like whenever like I'm in like a public setting, whether it's like I'm speaking, whether it's me rapping or whether I'm just in a space in general or co-hosting or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I can't help it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The first time I bumped into you was at Sub T, right? And it was, I forgot the name of the open mic.
Clever Cyphers.
There we go,
yep.
Clever Cyphers.
Shout out to Clever Cyphers, bro.
And you was nervous then. You was pacing back and forth. I mean, knowing that you I told you this. I said nerves is a good thing.
Indeed.
If you're not nervous, I look at it as you're not as passionate for what you're doing.
That's real. That's definitely real.
Has these nerves been good for you as far as like, has it led you to like fuck up a performance or does it make your performance better or whatever you're doing? Has it hurt you or helped you?
I definitely say a little bit of both because there'll be times where it's like I'll be nervous like for weeks on end for real to the point where it's like I gotta like over prepare in a sense, if that makes any type of sense. Like I had to over prepare for the point that I gotta put together my sets, put together the transitions for my sets. So I put together like what I want to talk about during the middle of like in the middle of my songs or whatnot. So that way I could just be over prepared and not just know like I'm just going by the book at that point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there'll also be times where I'll just like overthink, and that way that's just gonna make me like just overcalculate what I'm supposed to be saying or what I'm supposed to be performing. So that'll just get me off my pivot. So it really varies for real. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm just happy that you be able to overcome it and deliver.
And me too.
Now, earlier, well, not even earlier, a little bit ago,
yeah,
you spoke on boom bap.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's pretty much your lane.
For sure. And
you from the south side of Chicago.
Indeed.
So how has being from the south side kind of like influenced, I would say, you know, your musical career? Because I feel like you got some greats from the south, my brother.
Indeed.
So like, how has that, you know, kind of like churned your career out?
Man, like, especially with just like, I grew up on Kanye. I grew up on Kanye. Like the first real song that I listened to by myself was Stronger by Kanye. Like that was one of That was the first song I ever listened to. That plus The Big Payback by James Brown. I don't know how I remember that, but it was just like I remember I was coming from church and we was just listening to that, and then I was just playing it back to back to back to back to back, and listening to them. That's when I first realized like what like albums were. Like I just thought like rappers and just artists would just drop one song and then just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And when I figured out what albums were, that's when I kind of like really like dug deep into what Kanye's bag was. And when I dug deep into what Kanye's bag was, that's when I started listening to what the features was hitting like. So that's when I got in. That's when I got in touch with what Ludacris was doing. That's when I got in touch with what Rhymefest was putting together, and so on and so forth. And also with what Common did when I first listened to Bring 'Em High. I'm just saying that shit really like just opened my ears and just opened my eyes when it comes to just like music in general. And not only that, but just like boom bap from all across. You know what I'm saying? Like I can say for a fact like this was the like Nas, Illmatic, like that was the first like real project that I actually like listened to. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I remember I was in an after school program called High Jump. Shout out to High Jump. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up taking my dad's old phone and I ended up just spinning Illmatic because I'm like, bro, who is Nas? I want to listen to this because people always just talk about Nas and what he does and what he's capable of. Bro, when I first heard The World Is Yours, like my eyes was just wide. And then I'm just like, oh man, I kind of want to do this, but I didn't like really have like the gall to do it.
So you remember how old you were when you
I was
heard
like
that?
12.
Damn.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. I was in the 6th grade when it happened. So that came around. I'm just like, bruh, I want to do this, but I just didn't like really have like the voice to do it. So that's when I just like really like dove head first into just what boom bap is about.
So in a way, would you say that was the turning point for you at the age of 12, or was it deeper, later on in life when, that turning point came for you to start your rap career?
It came a little later. Like I didn't go to school in Chicago. I went to a boarding school in the Bay Area. So when that happened, I didn't really like know how to really like convey my thoughts or just like put together my thoughts in a more like productive way. And that's when my writing teacher, she just told me a little bit about creative writing, not in the sense of just like rapping, but just in the sense of just like journaling your thoughts and just poetry as well, because I was a poet before I was a rapper. And that's when I started just like piece together lines and whatnot, because I thought poetry was just straight up just like rhyme schemes and things like that. So due to that and just due to just like what my like history is with just rapping hip hop, that's kind of just turned into what it turned into when I was like 14 years old. So I wrote my first raps when I was like 14 years old.
Youngin. I get the name now. I see it now.
Oh, bro.
I see the light. We actually gonna tap back into more of our conversation, youngin, man. I got to get into some music because we gotta let the people know, who you is and that flow of yours and the lyricism.
I tried, man. I tried. Trust me, I tried.
Shout out Raw Ruler, man. If you don't know who do our films, our photography, it's the man right behind the lens, and we calls him Raw. Y'all get in tune. It's Ruler Images on Instagram, or follow on Raw Ruler. And he gonna get you right, whether you need video, whether you need photography. He's the one you call when you need to look good, all right?
All right, you talked about your turning point when it comes to like music and wanting to get what you want to say down on paper. Can you tell us more about like the process of like your poetry and writing in general and how that turns into like your music today?
It's a loaded question, man. It's a loaded question. I feel like my writing process, it varies on the day, to be honest, because it's like there'll be times where I'll just like I could crank out like 4 or 5 songs within like 4 hours for real. But then there'll be times where I just can't like make nothing happen for the next 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really all depends, because it's like because I feel as if my writing process, I had to like really just sit myself down and just like immerse myself into my writing. If I'm not like fully invested in it, if I'm not like fully focused on like what I want to say, because I need to have like a point in what I'm saying for real when it comes to just like all the bars I'm trying to put together. Even when it's like writing exercises, like I'll try and put together like writing exercises. I'll go to a bar that I just left alone, and then I'll just write around it just to like make a point out of that as well. So I had to make a point out of any type of like thing that I'm trying to convey. Otherwise, it just doesn't like really like sit with me for real. But it all really depends on just like how I'm feeling throughout the day, because of just I just don't got it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
What do you need in order to really put that pen to the paper? Like, is it the surroundings you need to help you jot things down? Is it something that happened to you or a friend? Is it, like life lessons? Like, what do you need to really be able to put that pen to that paper?
Yeah. It's like, I'll give an example. So I remember I was at this open mic. I forget what the specific open mic was called, but I was on the way out, and there was this dude. He had a T-shirt on. The T-shirt had this thing on the back. It said like divine guidance, right? Which was interesting, because that's ended up being like a song that I just wrote like immediately when I got back home. And so like I just got that from just that specific joint, and I guess from what I was listening to earlier on in the day, I was listening to J. Cole. Which album was it? It was the Off Season, right? It was like, what was the Applying Pressure? Yeah, Applying Pressure. That was the track. So I ended up basing my ideas off of that. So it all really like depends on like what I can see. Like I can like make something happen just like I can make something happen with just like going off the wall, or just going off at the top of the ceiling, or just seeing just what's around me, so that way I can like get inspiration off of that. Like for Abstract Michelle, I started off saying surrounded by gray walls. Like I was literally surrounded by gray walls when I was like writing that song in my basement. And Abstract Michelle, it's a song where I have at the bottom of that basement, there's a big ass painting of Michelle Obama just sitting there. Like I was like legitimately like I got to take in whatever I can, and then I could just go from there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy because I was wondering how in the hell you came up with this title, Abstract Michelle. Hell no, that's real life lyricism.
Yeah.
Bruh, that man, you're talented, brother. I mean, I also, before we even dive into like further things, we lightly touched on boom bap.
Right.
How do you feel the boom bap industry is moving as of now? Do you feel it's respected or it's neglected?
Ooh, damn. Okay. I feel like sometimes, especially with me, like just not only with boom bap, but just like with rap and hip hop, I'll have instances where it's like, man, I feel like hip hop is the greatest thing in the world, like ever. And then there will be times where it's just like, I just hate it. But either way it goes, on either side of the coin, like my feelings are just extremely absolute, and you can see the passion in both sides of the coin. I'm saying that to say like, it feels as if sometimes just hip hop and rap, it becomes complacent, if that makes sense, to the point where it's like, we don't really care about the stuff that we're trying to just put together, so much so that we're just doing this for the sake of saying that we did it, or doing this for the sake of money, or just doing it just because, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's not much love that revolves around the art, which kind of gets me slightly annoyed, because at one point in time, like rap and hip hop felt like a sport. You know what I'm saying? Like only the best can go. You know what I'm saying? If you got it, you can go. And if somebody's better than you, then they can go. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes things like competitive, and just like makes people like just passionate about what they listening to. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we kind of strayed away from that sometimes. So I just want to I want that feeling back just for the sake of the genre, because not only just like I'm a competitive person in general, but that's just what makes it fun for me. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know if y'all caught it, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more before we go into this break.
Okay.
You've been saying hip hop and rap. I caught you saying that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how to, I guess, define the two. Are you able to at least give the listeners, give the watchers, everybody a little breakdown on what hip hop is and what rap is?
Right. So rap is a subdivision of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is comprised of just many different things, whether it's MCing, breakdancing, graffiti, the knowledge aspect of things, the business side of things. Rapping is just like one portion of it. You know what I'm saying? Like rapping is its own thing. It's almost like every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square, if that makes sense. It's like geometry, you know what I'm saying? So it's just niggas just don't really like take that into account. They just think that it's automatically synonymous, but hip hop is just like a huger just like cloud. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Facts. Okay.
Yeah, boy. Hey, man, y'all don't go nowhere. Youngin is in the building. I was finna say sounded like an oldie. This brother got wisdom, don't he?
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Right, and I need you to do one sminy. Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I just need you to do one small favor for me. Head on over to your app store, search iLLANOiZE. Hit the first thing that pops up because we the one and only, and download the iLLANOiZE app. I don't know, you got some wisdom. I feel like you gotta change your name.
Hey, shout out to you for giving us these fruit snacks, bro.
Oh, that was the power you needed.
You know what I'm saying? That was my power up. On God, got my brain working. Facts.
Oh, since you talk about power ups, okay, what's a real life power up that you get? Like, if you get this specific thing, your energy, your mood instantly just go up.
Super Mario.
Oof.
Yeah, what's your mushroom?
You feel me?
My socks fitted. I ain't gonna lie.
Why you ain't wearing it today?
I just wanted to wear a trucker because that shit get hot.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When you said socks fitted, I thought you was talking about like your socks
fitting. Oh,
like your socks fitting like the correct way.
Absolutely comfortable today.
And I was gonna be like, that's oddly specific, but
nah,
okay.
bro. Like I got hella like socks caps at the crib, bro. I ain't wear it this time because it's like them shits get hot sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's the significance of the socks hat to you?
Oh man, for a good chunk of my hats, I got this ghost logo on them, and for each ghost, like I had a grandmother. She passed a couple years back, but we called her Boo. You know what I'm saying? So she always gave me like she kind of gave me power in the sense that she gave me like the confidence instilled in me to just like really just do what I wanted to do. So yeah, Boo really like just help me out when it comes to just like when it comes to my confidence, not only her but just like my family in general too. So my socks fitted because like it's connected to my family for real. So
that's deep, brother.
I like that.
Boo. Shout out to Boo too.
Shout out to Boo.
You know, my name was Boo as a youngin.
What?
Yeah, hey, Boo, come here, Boo.
What?
I can't picture that.
Yeah, Boo.
You was chunky as a kid.
That just called me Boo, okay? I just remember Boo. I didn't know you had to be chunky to be called Boo.
No, but
That's
I could see
crazy,
them
yo.
calling a little chunky Beako Boo. Like if you was a
Okay.
little chunky monkey, like a
Boo.
little cutie.
Chunky
yeah.
monkey is insane, bro.
Yeah, don't call me no damn chunky.
Well, I didn't. Oh wait, I forgot that monkey is like a bad thing, but I didn't mean it like
And
that.
we
Like,
just passed Juneteenth. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I swear I didn't mean it like that. I just said chunky monkey because monkey ran with chunky.
Wow,
It
as
do.
hell.
You know,
Fuck, don't cancel me.
we were talking about like how your family instilled confidence in you,
Indeed.
and we didn't touch much on college. Like
Oof.
how much has your confidence been boosted since you've been attending Columbia, one of the greatest colleges, filled with so many things. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know it's a great school. I'm just gonna let you do the talking. I'm gonna shut the hell up.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, all right, I'm gonna say this. Colombia's cool. Colombia's decent. I definitely wouldn't be rapping. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for my time at Columbia. Duh, nigga. But
But that's a wish and a motherfucker.
Don't duh us.
but no, not y'all. But I'll say that to say like Columbia definitely had a few mishaps, you know what I'm saying? Like we've all felt it, not only like myself, but all the other students that attend, the staff, the motherfucking advisors, anybody that's around Columbia, they know what was going on this past year. And it was not great, you know what I mean? But I'll say that just like the fact that I attended Columbia, I probably still wouldn't have it any other way because the people that I've met through Columbia, those are the people that inspired me to just like get back into writing. Because at one point in time, like I just quit writing altogether. So
Why? Sorry, I mean, but
no,
why?
it's all good. But just like, why did I quit writing? It was a mixture between like I just like completely lost inspiration after COVID, but my junior year, I felt like I really hit a stride when it came to just like my writing in terms of poetry, but not in terms of just like music. I didn't really like get into the music aspect of things yet. And by the time COVID hit, that just like really just knocked me off my pivot completely. And since that point in time, up until like my second semester of my freshman year, I wasn't really like writing for real. Like except for when it just comes to just like journaling my thoughts, just like I could just empty my head. You know what I'm saying? And then I met the homie, Prophet, Nathan. Shout out to Nathan, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
So Prophet, he the one that really like got me back into just like rapping in general. Cause I don't know what he saw, but we were in our class, and in our class we had to make a mixtape, and then we had to perform that mixtape at the end of the year festival.
Hold up. You say you was in your class. What
We was
class?
in that
What is this class we're talking
It's
about?
called Hip Hop History. Shout out to Amina Norman Hawkins, you know what I'm saying? One half of Urbanized Music. She the one that just like gave us the keys when it came to just like expressing our creativity for real, especially in that class. And but at that point in time, like up until like 3-4 weeks, I was just like sandbagging like a mud. I didn't like write nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So it got to a point where Prophet just borderline just cussed me out in front of the students. Just like, bro,
That's
like, bro, get on your shit, or you just gonna have to do it without. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the gas station down the street from the crib afterwards, got me some weak ass headphones, and then recorded my verse on GarageBand. And after that, it was raps. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
Do you feel like that tough love kind of like really sparked a fire in you?
Absolutely. Because after I did that, like he seen it, I didn't see it. He seen it at first, like, bro, you got some shit for real. And then a couple months after like the project was done and after we got out of school, he hit me up saying like, hey bro, we need to collab on a project, bro. Like for real. At first I'm thinking you tripping, because it's like I haven't wrote a song ever in life. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that point, I only like just wrote verses. I never wrote a hook before. I never wrote multiple verses within a song or nothing. So I'm like, bro, you want me to make a whole like tape? Like you wild. But I didn't see that, but somehow he was able to, and it got me here. So like I owe a lot of it, like a lot of this, not even a lot of this, the majority of this to Prophet, for real. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like big shout out to Prophet. Like very, very, very grateful for him. Facts.
Now, as we get close to wrapping things up, I want to go back a tippy toe for like future students that make their way to Columbia. What are some things you would like to see the school better?
Ooh.
Because hearing some of the programs they got is amazing, but I'm outside looking in.
Yeah.
So, to further develop the next generation, what do you feel they need to start, pushing for and changing?
A lot of the issues kind of stemmed from just like, especially when it comes to just like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
the retention rate is like extremely low. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when it just comes to tuition costs for real.
Whew.
Like tuition just like increased already again by like I want to say 16%.
Damn. Excuse me. Jeez.
Right.
That's
Just this past semester, bro.
despicable.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna
Do
lie.
not quote me on that, but just
You
like
just know that
it's been
tuition
some
went up.
that tuition went up like significantly, like a lot of kids are pissed, parents are pissed, and a lot of the parents that was willing to send their kids to this school, they just said, nah, I can't even do it. Just because of that price tag, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but just a lot of the things that we came in there for, they're not even like around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or at least not around in the level that they could have been. Like I remember for this past semester, like Manifest is the end of the year festival that we just had. And it just felt just like extremely different and not a good way in the sense of just like they just made a lot of budget cuts happen for the sake of saving the school, but it just really just cuts out just like the true experience that Columbia kids would want to have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I rock with Columbia. I won't lie. Like I wouldn't have this if it wasn't for my time at Columbia. But I'm not gonna sit here and just say like, hey, it's been all daisies and roses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure it's other colleges out there that students feel the same.
I mean, absolutely, absolutely. You know, like I definitely, I can understand that for real, and I'm sure there's some things that I don't understand about just like what's going on behind the scenes, but just from what we've seen, just like how this affected us, it hasn't been like the greatest thing in the world for us. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, you do what you do and you do what you can.
I know that's right. I mean, looking ahead, let's get back to the music. All right.
Word. Word.
What are some goals and aspirations that you're looking forward to within the near future, your music career?
Man, what I want to do when it comes to just like my future, I really want to get to Summer Smash in whatever way, shape, or form. Whether it's just me, if it's me doing interviews, or whether it's me like being able to be on stage or just being somewhere, and not even just Summer Smash, any type of festival, like Rolling Loud in LA or Rolling Loud in San Francisco if they bring it back to San Francisco, or Lollapalooza, whatever the case may be, WGCI Jam. Get at me, please. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like I just want to get my name out there as much as I possibly could, in the sense that I feel like I'm ready. Hopefully other people around me feel as if I'm ready. And I just want to just showcase not only just like what I'm able to do as a musician, but also just like my growth as a musician too. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I got something sent to me the world ain't got yet. It's a mixtape. I'm gonna be nice today.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say the title of the mixtape. I gave people mixtape. Mixtape is coming soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed.
You care to share?
Yeah. Facts. So me and not only me and Prophet, but me and a couple other producers, we have been working very, very diligently upon this mixtape. We can say the title is called Preliminaries. And it's basically just defines just like my beginnings, just as me embracing myself as a creative. And not only that, but just me embracing myself as a rapper as well. Cause at that point, like before I started like just making music, I just couldn't write hooks to save my life, or I just couldn't like put together like cohesive bars for real. So I feel like this mixtape really just encapsulates my growth as just a rapper, and also just a writer as well, just being very, very intentional with just like what I put to paper. And also just like shit was just fun to make, you know what I mean? Like it was really, really fun to make. Prophet, he did his thing when it came to the tape. the homie Yours Avery. Shout out to Yours Avery.
We got to get Yours Avery up here too.
Factual, big factual. I forgot to tell you, The Light Shines from the Trap Door, he just dropped that mixtape just yesterday.
Okay, yep.
You know what I'm saying? No, he just dropped that album yesterday. My bad. He just dropped his album. He did his thing. That's just crazy. Go get that. So he produced on there. My homie Kyle Kubius, he ended up producing on I Gave You Power. Shout out to him. Really, really big shout out to him. And the big homie Noise, he ended up producing on that shit too. Like, shout out to Noise. Like everybody that I was able to recruit for this joint, it was well worth it. My mentor, Real, he sent me a beat that I ended up cooking on. That shit was crazy. And I was able to get a couple of features for this posse cut that I'm trying to put together. It's gonna be wild, bro. Like I'm excited. I won't lie, I'm excited.
Me too. I mean, I got it. Y'all gotta wait.
Yeah, y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait.
13 tracks. No telling. He may take some off. He may add some. But what I got right now is nice. Preliminaries is on the way. The thing though, throughout our conversation, y'all been hearing some tracks. You know, that may land on the mixtape, may not. But at the end of the day, y'all been hearing them.
Indeed.
And before we let you go, brother, one thing I've noticed is you have a community that supports you dearly.
Indeed.
Like, how do you see your role as an artist within your community?
Ooh.
And just within the hip-hop community in general? Because you got a voice, brother.
Oh, man. It's definitely a responsibility. Because it's like, I wasn't really like sure how much of an impact I would have on just like people. I still question it a lot, just like on the day-to-day basis. But just like seeing just however many spots I'm able to like make noise in, and I'm just able to just like have a positive impact upon like with me and a couple other of my friends. We put together a hip hop club over at Columbia, and we were able to give a voice towards like up and coming artists that's around not only Columbia but just around the city as well. What we was able to make happen at Clever Cyphers with us bringing in not only people from the city but also just from around just like the country as well. We had people from Milwaukee come through. We had people from California pull up. We had people from France pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Oui.
You feel me? Like it was wild. You know what I'm saying? It was dope, bro. Like it's just seeing that and not even just saying that in the sense of just like arrogance, but it's just dope just to be able to just witness it. Cause I'm a fan of just like what we're capable of doing when it comes to just like us just doing shit together. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but just having a community in general that we could just like enjoy this shit with. Cause what we look like just listening to music alone. It just it gets boring sometimes, bro. Like not only listening to music but making music alone, that gets boring. Like it's all about the collaboration process, and I just love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and when it comes to just the community, I just want to be around the community as much as I could, and hopefully if I'm able to pour into the community, hopefully it just pours right back
into you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, reciprocated energy.
Indeed.
You know, before you go,
Word.
What you studying? I mean, yeah, what you studying, and when are you set to graduate?
I graduate in the spring of 2025, and I'm studying creative writing. Oh God.
Okay, because I'm like, we've never even asked this.
The adult world gonna smack the shit out of you.
She ain't lying.
I'm sure it is. It already did a couple of times, but it's cool.
Hey, we all know.
Fair warning.
I ain't mad at it. Take the good with the bad.
Look, it's a never ending story, man. Like that's the perfect joint to end this thing off with too. Before we get into this record,
Indeed.
Let people know how they can follow you, stay in tune with you if you got any upcoming shows and things of that nature. It's the time
man.
to get your shout outs and all.
All right, boom. So, my name is Youngin. You can find me on Instagram at young.in_. That's young.in_. Or you can find me on Apple Music or Spotify with Youngin and the IN is in parentheses. Shout out to Miss Amina Norman Hawkins. Shout out to iLLANOiZE for letting me come through. Shout out to Yours Avery for just like inspiring me to just make this happen. Shout out to just all the rappers that I've just been making things happen with. Shout out to SOS Militia. That's the squad. You feel me?
Squad.
Boom. Shout out to the Bay for just giving me just like the gems that I needed in order to just like make things happen as a creative and as a writer too. And just shout out to Chicago, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's right. You feel me? Like, bro, and Preliminaries on the way, man. It's gonna be hectic.
You said it's dropping tomorrow?
No.
I was trying.
I was about to say, not you trying to force him to drop it tomorrow.
I was trying.
And how you being greedy because you already got it?
I'm trying to help the people. It's not about me. It's about the community.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll say it's gonna come through. I want to say late July. I'll give it that. Facts.
You know, it's hot in July.
Indeed.
Yeah, I know.